What's up? It's Han Solo, and today I'm gonna do an overview of the X50 PC case from Hyte. Um, Hyte has decided to do something different this time around. The previous cases had a lot of straight edges to them and a lot of angles, and as you can see, this one is just round or rounded off. And it's everything about it is, I think, well thought out and engineered. It makes you want to look at it again and again, and and you definitely don't see everything at a first glance. So it's definitely something new, something different, and it's just a fun PC case. Now I already have a PC case. That's the Fantex XT Pro, and that is a little bit smaller than this one, only by a few centimeters, but it definitely makes a big difference. But this case, it still does fit on your desk fairly well, so it doesn't take up too much space, but it is a little bit chunky. Now, there are lots of different variations of this case. There's a bunch of different options you can choose from. When it comes to the colors, there's anything from red to purple. And also there is a different version of this PC case, and that would be that the side panel, which on mine is tempered glass, is a metal plate which is perforated with holes. Exactly, that would be the Hyte X50 Air. But you know, it's just sort of, whatever case you'll get, I'm sure you'll be satisfied with it. Now to the design. The first thing you'll notice about this case is that almost everything on it is round. The only straight part would be the back, which is cut off. Now to look at the rest of it, the right panel is a perforated metal plate, which goes straight down and then wraps around the top. And at the bottom there is a handle, so it's really easy to pull up. On the left side, on the version that I have, you get a tempered glass panel, which also has a handle at the bottom, and then the top part of the glass wraps around the top part of the chassis and moves over to the right part, I'd say about 3/4 the way. Now the front part of the chassis is also really cool. The whole metal plate is punctured with holes, and then the edges of it are curved, and even the curved part is punctured. So that's a really cool design aspect. Now, of course, like every other case, it has feet. Some versions of the case have regular round feet, but the version that I have and other versions have long bars that are bent forward that stretch horizontally across the case, which act as the feet. And to finish off the design part, the spot where the power supply is located is at the back, at the top. So when you look inside the case, or when you look at the case, you can also see the metal framing for that, and that also has a curve. A quick look at the engineering. The back part of the computer has punched out rails that are twisted forward, which are actually part of the whole back piece of the metal plate. And what also is interesting is that the pierced holes in the front plate were also apparently very hard to engineer. They had to go through a lot of different processes and to figure out how they're going to do it and how they're going to be able to make it stable, but they managed to do so, so good on them. The function of the case, which is obviously very important, there's lots of room everywhere inside the case to put fans and radiators. So at the very back you can put one fan. At the front part on the right panel you can put fans or radiator, and in the front part there's space for radiators and fans, and at the bottom. Now, as I previously mentioned, the PSU is located at the back, at the top back. That takes air in from the bottom and blows it out the back. On the behind the motherboard tray you can put some hard drives, and there's some stuff included with the case, so you can mount it on there. And to the what motherboards are supported, eATX is supported, ATX, micro ATX, and mini ATX, so you have lots of choices again. Being a more expensive case, it obviously should have some cable management options, which it obviously does. First of all, there's plenty of space behind the motherboard to put all your PSU cables, and there are the holes on the back of the motherboard tray are rubberized, so the cables are easier to manage and they don't get damaged when you pull them through. What also makes it easy to manage are that there is cable ties on the back, so you can just tie them up. Now to the ports. It has two 3.2 Gen 1 USB ports and one 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C USB port, and a combo audio jack right here, and obviously a power button. The Hyte X50 isn't cheap. The tempered glass version will cost you 160 euros, and the Hyte X50 Air will cost you 130 euros. Now to conclude the overview, Hyte has done something really different that hasn't been done before. They managed to do so without compromising on function or quality, and the design really makes you look at it twice, and you really do appreciate it being in your living space. Exactly, so it is just really pretty. And let's hope that other companies see it and think, let's take some risks and let's try something different as well. So if you enjoy the content, you like what it is about, then subscribe, like, and share. And yeah, have conversations about the topics. Enjoy your day and peace out.